Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So in the last class we were discussing about the e-commerce. So let us revise the topics which we have covered in the previous class, then we will move to the next topic. So if you come to the textbook, earlier we have seen that what is a e-commerce. So basically we have seen that e-commerce is all the online transactions, the business transactions which are occurred digitally or using the electrical network. Clear? So this comprises of all the devices, the electronic devices using which we can perform the uh, you can say online business. Clear? So here we have the e-commerce can be in the form of the shopping, the selling and purchasing, then the investment in stock markets. Clear? So this all is the part of e-commerce, that is electronic commerce, and this e-commerce or electronic commerce is also known as e-business. Clear? As it is related to the business uh, or you can say the business transactions, so that is why electronic commerce is also known as e-business. Then we have seen that as in the e-commerce we are using various types of electronic devices. So it can be desktop computers, it can be mobile phones. Clear? Any of the portable devices can be used. So according to the device, if you are using the mobile for doing these e-commerce activities, then this commerce can be named as mobile commerce. Clear? Now next we have seen the different models of the e-commerce. So the different business models of the e-commerce, we have discussed few of these. Like first is business to consumer e-commerce. So what is the features of this business to consumer e-commerce? In business to consumer e-commerce, the transactions or sale or you can say the exchange of goods occurs between business to consumer. So if a manufacturer is providing the services or selling the services to directly to any consumer or to the public, then this type of transaction is called as business to consumer e-commerce. Clear? And the name is abbreviated by the first letter of these words itself. Clear? So B to C is the name derived from here. So here the business can be any manufacturer, suppose any company which is producing you can say any automobile, any books. Clear? So this is a business firm, you can say. So any of this business firm, when it is giving the service to any consumer, as a public we are directly purchasing the product from this manufacturer, then this business model is B to C. Clear? That is business to consumer. Now next is consumer to consumer e-commerce. So what is the consumer to consumer e-commerce? When a business transaction is occurring between a consumer, means directly a consumer or a person is selling the goods to any other person, to any other consumer, then it will be called as consumer to consumer. Clear? So here we have seen that example of this is online auction. So suppose you have any product you are willing to sell, so we can perform an online auction for this, and in that we can post it on any of the e-commerce website, and the people who are willing to purchase this, they will bid on this item. So the maximum, the highest bidder who is giving the maximum money, we can sell our goods to that person. Clear? So this is the way the online auction is performed. An example of this online auction or consumer to consumer e-commerce is OLX. You have heard about this also. So OLX is example of consumer to consumer e-commerce, where directly a consumer or a person can sell his or her products to any other person. Clear? Then next we have seen, which is business to business e-commerce. So what is the business to business e-commerce? When directly one business is selling the goods or products to another business. For example, we have seen, suppose a car manufacturing company is providing the services to any other, if the car purchasing company is giving this is purchasing the tires from any other company, then this model will be called as business to business model. Clear? So directly here there is no intervention of any other company, only a single person is a single business is purchasing the goods to any other business. Clear? So this model is called as business to business. Clear? Now next is the, let us erase this first, and coming to the next model of e-commerce, that is, okay, so here it is the next model, which is business to employee. Clear? So what are the features of business to employee e-commerce? In business to employee e-commerce, here the transactions will be done between a business to another employee. So one business is if providing the services to any employee. Let us see the features. First read this, then we will discuss and explain. So in business to employee e-commerce, which is also known as intra-business e-commerce, clear, which refers to the use of internet technology to handle activities that takes place within a business. Clear? So intra-business means actually in the business itself, if there is any manufacturing company or there is a business firm, then if the commerce is being performed within that company or within that manufacturing firm, then this model will be called as business to employee. Clear? Let us see the further features. So unlike the previously discussed types of e-commerce business model, B2E e-commerce does not generate revenue. Clear? As in this business to employee e-commerce, it is, this transaction is occurring within the company itself, that is why there is no revenue generated. Clear? So one feature is that there is no generation of revenue in this business to employee e-commerce. Then instead it increases profits by reducing expenses within a company. Clear? So as if we are using any other model, then at least there will be a buyer and a purchaser as well as a seller. Then there will be a transaction within two consumers or from one business firm to any other. So it will at least incorporate two companies or two persons outside any manufacturing company. But here, as it is being done within the company itself, that is why it increases the profit and the expenses are reduced. Clear? So this is another feature. Let us see example of this. So using B2E e-commerce, employees collaborate with each other, exchange data, information, and access the in-house databases, sales information, and market news. Clear? So as we are talking about that in business to employee e-commerce, this is occurring within the company itself. So that is why here the employees or the persons are collaborating among themselves within the company, where they can exchange the data, they can exchange information. Then the in-house databases, are the record of the different, you can say, people, the different products. So all this within the company. So this is the in-house database, and here not only the in-house databases, as well as we can exchange the sales information and the different market news can be exchanged. Clear? So this is the business to employee e-commerce. Now next we will see the advantages of e-commerce. Let us erase this. Now coming to the next, that is advantages of e-commerce. So as we have already seen the different business model of the e-commerce, like B2C, business to business, business to employee. So in all of these business models, there is you can say the reduction of expenses. Clear? So there is the expenses are reduced, as well as the time is saved. Clear? So the same we are going to read in the advantages as well. So if we discuss here, so e-commerce is a big part of web which enables online buying and selling of goods and services. Clear? So here the same thing which we have discussed earlier, that in the e-commerce we are using the web or the internet, where we are selling and buying the different goods and services. Now let us see the different advantages of this. So this advantages can be separately for the different persons. So if there is a buyer, so what are the advantages of these e-commerce for the buyer, then what are the advantages of these e-commerce for the seller? So let us see this one by one. So for from the buyer's perspective, what are the advantages? For the buyer, you have the convenience of shopping at home. Clear? So as a buyer, if you are using any e-commerce facility, so then we don't need to visit the market, we don't need to visit the shopkeeper. We can purchase or we can do the shopping while sitting at home. Clear? So this is the first advantage, is that as a buyer we don't need to visit the market or to the shopkeeper. Directly we can perform this commerce transactions while sitting at home. Then second feature is the customers can compare the price of the items easily. Clear? So already we do the same if you are purchasing any item from any of the e-commerce website, for example Flipkart, Amazon, any of such websites. So what we do, we compare the different products. So there may be a same uh, you can say a product is being manufactured by different companies, so we can compare the prices of those. Not only that, we can compare the prices on one website to another website as well. Clear? So this way we can compare the prices, the different specifications. Clear? The warranty period, whatever are your requirements, according to your requirements we can perform the filtering. Clear? So on the basis of our own requirement we can compare and then purchase the things. Then another feature of the e-commerce is we can also read the reviews about the products from other users. So there we have already the persons who have purchased the similar products, they give their reviews, that how the product is, what is its durability, what are the specifications. Clear? So this way we can get a feedback of all the product which we are going to purchase. Clear? So we can make up our mind on the basis of those reviews as well. So this way this can be authenticated. We can go through if the reviews are good, or if there is the reviews are not so much better, then we can go for another product as well. Clear? So this way this e-commerce websites also help us for making the decisions on the basis of these reviews. Now next is the doorstep delivery of the desired good and services. Clear? So if you are using the e-commerce model, then we don't know then we don't need to go to the shopkeeper or to the market for purchasing. In the similar way, or whatever the product we have purchased, when the product will be shipped, when it is sent from the seller to the buyer, so we don't need to go anywhere. Direct delivery of the product will be done at our doorstep. Clear? So this is a very good feature of the e-commerce, that the doorstep delivery of the goods and services are provided for the consumers. Then feedback can be instant. So whatever is your feedback, if you have found the product as per your uh, need, as per your specifications, then you can give the feedback. Or if there is any you can say issue with that product, if it is not according to the specifications which is provided, then we can return them, or we can request for a replacement of that. Clear? So this all feature are the advantages of the e-commerce from the buyer's perspective. Then the next is, what are the advantages of e-commerce for the seller? So let us see now what are the advantages of e-commerce from the seller's perspective. So if we see from the seller's point of view, the advantages are, the first one is the web offers low overhead expenses. So suppose there is any manufacturer and he has to sell the products. So in the traditional approach, he need to send the items at the different markets, the different shopkeepers, and for that he will need transportation cost, various middlemen will be required, a retail chain actually will be involved in between. Clear? So this all, the use of transportation, the different middlemen increases the overhead expenses. Clear? So the manufacturer needs to spend a lot of money for that. So instead of that, if the manufacturer is using e-commerce website, the different platforms, mobile applications for selling these services, then there is reduction of these overhead expenses. Directly, only the manufacturer will need any website where he needs the registration. From there, the buyers can purchase the items. Clear? So this is the one advantage, that the overhead expenses will be reduced or will be eliminated. Then the next is free or low cost marketing activities. Clear? So earlier, if in the traditional approach, if the manufacturer is selling the products from different website, different e-commerce platforms, then he also needs to do the advertisement. He needs to install various hoardings at the, or the display boards at the shops or at various places. Instead of that, if it is online platform, then the advertisement or the marketing activities are reduced. Even then there is need of, you can say, advertisement, but even then there is reduction in that. Clear? So it will involve less advertisement, the marketing activities are reduced, and it also saves the money as well as the time of the seller. Then the third point is, potential buyers can be million of peoples. Clear? So how it is possible that this is, the buyers number of buyers is increased? You can relate with this, that suppose there is a manufacturer, and if there is a low, means the number of items is at a lower scale, there is low scale production, then that is limited to a local market. Clear? Then only the persons who are available in that vicinity, they are going to purchase those items. But if this manufacturer or the seller is providing the e-commerce facility, then that product can be purchased from anywhere across the world. Clear? Using these e-commerce website, this delivery can be done to any place across the world. Clear? So this way, the product or the service can be accessed by millions of people. So the reach of the product is increased using this e-commerce platforms, or this business which is done using the different online medium. Clear? So these are the different advantages of e-commerce from the buyer's perspective as well as from the seller's perspective. Clear? Now next is shopping cart. So this is also a term which we are already familiar. Whenever we purchase something online, then first what we do, we add that item to the cart and then we do the payment, or whatever is the mode of payment. It can be cash on delivery as well. So this is the, you can say, the different steps which is involved in doing the e-commerce or ordering the products online. So let us see this term also, what is a meaning of shopping cart. So while shopping online using e-commerce, you usually add items. Clear? And that items which we add, which that we want to purchase, to a virtual shopping cart. Clear? So this shopping cart is obviously a virtual shopping cart, because This is a online shopping. So here this virtual shopping cart is keeping the track of the items as well as the quantity. Clear? So suppose you are purchasing any uh, electronic equipment, any food item, any uh, clothes. Clear? So this way, suppose there is the number of different items, then the quantity can also be differ. Suppose we want two books of a same publisher or the same author. So this way, the quantity as well as the items, number of items, this all can be tracked using this virtual shopping cart. Clear? So most websites have a view cart. This view cart is the same name which is for the shopping cart. Clear? So this enables, the shopping carts enables to view the contents of this shopping cart. Clear? So actually whenever we add the different items in this shopping cart, then we can keep a track as well as we can view this, that what is the content of those cart, what is the quantity, what is the total price of the items which we have added. The cart has a link of proceed to checkout. Clear? So proceed to checkout is the option that takes you to that page where you will provide the information about your address and payment. So when we are doing the online transaction, when we are purchasing something online, so first we select that item, then we add that item to the shopping cart. Then after that, when we have added that item to the shopping cart, then we need to proceed to checkout. So using this checkout feature, what happens? It redirects our page to the new page where we give the information, where we provide our address, the delivery address where the product will be delivered. Then we then we do the payment, or if it is the cash on delivery option, then we can choose from there. Clear? So basically this shopping cart is the virtual cart which keeps the track of whatever the item we are purchasing, and as well as it helps in keeping the track of that. Clear? Now next is research before you purchase online. So whenever we do online shopping, then there are some other steps which are involved in between. Let us know about these as well. So whether you are looking for a laptop or a video camera or any other product, you should research for the information about the product on the internet before purchasing. So whenever we are doing a transaction, whenever we are shopping something online, so before ordering that product, first we need to do some research. We should compare the items, we should gather the information about the product. Clear? So this is some steps which we should follow before doing these online shopping. So on the web we can find many reviews of the product which are quite useful. So as we have discussed earlier as well, that whenever we are using the different e-commerce platform, so there the different buyers, they have given the reviews of the product, so we can read those reviews as well before doing the online transaction. Clear? So on the basis of those reviews we can make and take a decision that the product is means durable or it is meeting our requirement. Then the web has plenty of places that offer in-depth and unbiased reviews by professionals that really put products to the test and tells you the advantages and the disadvantages of using each item. Clear? So these are the different, you can say, the precaution or some important steps which we should follow before ordering the items online. Clear? So what are the steps? That first we should gather the information about the product from the internet. We should read the reviews from different other platforms as well, maybe the website from where you are purchasing that item that is specific to that product, so there maybe the reviews are good, only the better reviews are there on that website. But we should also visit the other different other websites where the unbiased reviews are also there, so the pros and cons both are there, so we can see the uh, good and negative points respective to that product. So on the basis of those we can take up the decision about purchasing the product. Clear? So this way these are the different research which we need to follow before purchasing the items online. Let us see this update your knowledge as well. So first is e-commerce refers to the exchange of goods and services usually for money. Clear? So we have seen as well that the e-commerce is the electronic commerce which is done digitally using the different online medium, the different devices, the portable devices like mobile phones, laptop, desktop computers. Clear? So this is the feature that it provides mobility. Clear? Then what is the need of this? The need of the e-commerce is the exchange of good and services uh, for money. Clear? So any of these e-commerce is performed for the profit perspective. Then the next is shopping cart is also called as shopping basket. Clear? So in this virtual online shopping, we can see example of this. Let me take to a website. So suppose I am coming to Flipkart website. Clear? Let us erase this. So here you can see this is example of a online shopping platform. So just we are taking example. Here you can see this is the cart which is provided at the top. So whatever the item which we will purchase, this will be added to this cart. So this is the shopping cart which we are discussing about. Clear? So this is the virtual way of keeping the track of whatever the items we are purchasing. Not only that, this will also store and keep the items, the number of items as well as the prices of that, so we can get the total amount before ordering the product. Clear? So this helps for our digital transaction. Clear? So this is the shopping cart which we are referring to. Then the next feature is, the third point is, the sites providing e-commerce are special sites which implement some extra security features. Clear? So whatever these e-commerce website, the different e-commerce applications, mobile apps also, so these have some other extra security features along with this website, because overall at the end we are also involving the payment services along with this. So that is why there is need of some enhanced security features uh, within this website, so that whatever the transactions which is done, they are secure. Clear? There is no any theft of the data, and this will be beneficial for the user point of view as well as the seller point of view. Then the next point is, the web is also a great place to sell your goods and services. Auction sites, we have discussed that online auction is the consumer C2C business model. Clear? So this auction sites enable people from anywhere in the world to bid for your goods. So there are several websites that enable you to set up a virtual store. Clear? So this era of digital, you can say uh, digital world, it also provides the avenues to do the selling while sitting at the home. So it also gives us the business, you can say a ease of business for any you can say a small scale production as well. So this way we can increase our income, we can involve and get you can say you can generate revenue with the help of these online transactions and the e-commerce field. So this way, this is also increasing the employment for the people and to earn their livelihood. So these are the business models which we have discussed today. The different uh, other points, what are the advantages of this e-commerce for the buyer as well as the seller, then the different precautions which we should follow, the different research which we need to do before ordering the product online, what is the shopping cart, what are the virtual, you can say, what is the virtual way of the how it is used. So this all we have discussed. So read and revise this. In the coming class we are going to see more further about this chapter, what is e-retailing, then what are the steps with the different path which is followed for doing this transactions. So this all topic we are going to cover in the coming class. So before this, revise and read all the things which we have discussed today, and whatever the doubts, that will also be discussed in the online class. Thank you.